Hi. Today was my seminar that I had to attend for the Bariatric Surgery Center, and I was pretty apprehensive about going only because I was worried it would be information that I had already watched online in the video library that they have for the center, or I thought it would be a lot of very elementary information and didn't understand what the benefit of that would be to me. That being said, it was a lot of repeat information from the video library that they had, but I did learn some new things, and of course, that made it worth it. I think the most exciting part is I was a little worried about having to wait 2 weeks, maybe a month. I had no idea if they had a waiting list to get an appointment to meet with somebody about actually moving forward with bariatric surgery. And when I walked in, I was able to schedule my appointment, which is actually on Monday. So I don't even have to wait a week, which is pretty exciting and nerve wracking all at the same time. I think the parts that I'm most curious about right now, one is just the timing of it. We're already into the month of December, and due to another procedure I had earlier in the year, I've already hit my out of pocket max. My insurance changes January 1. So if it's possible, I I think I could be approved to do this pretty quickly because I've been tracking my calories and weight with a registered dietitian for so long, and I'm just pretty well set up to make this move. That being said, I don't know how comfortable they'll be at the surgery center with that, but on Monday I guess I'll find out what their thoughts, reservations, concerns, all of that are. So that's kind of exciting. I'm also a little, I don't know if weirded out is the word, but one of the things they do at my surgery center is that everybody who does either gastric sleeve or gastric bypass leaves with a drain. And I realize it's a part of the procedure and it's not a big deal. They'll take it out a week after. Somehow it really weirds me out. Not enough that I'm ready to say, oh, not doing it because they're going to put a drain in my body. But the, I don't know, the whole thought of that is really bizarre to me. The other thing that's really bizarre to me is that they do a tube in your nose and they take that out usually a day after. I'm sure we'll be fine. it's just so it's just so different to wrap my head around. It's not the dumping syndrome that comes with gastric bypass or anything like that that kind of has me in my head. It is just this drain and this nose tube. So, all of that being said, I feel pretty confident. The nice thing about today's seminar is that it really confirmed for me that gastric bypass is the direction I want to go. I also have spent the last several years trying to be the small percentage of people who lose over 100 pounds without surgical intervention, and today they reiterated their number was 3% of people who have a BMI of over 40 will be able to lose weight and maintain weight without surgical intervention. So I thought that that was, good for me to hear again, that it's okay to be the 97% sometimes, and that I'm in good hands. I know there's been a lot of research behind it, and I feel comfortable with where I'm headed. I will be really excited for Monday. Um, I think I've told everybody I'm going to tell right now. My mom and dad have both been pretty supportive. My dad actually had gastric bypass about 20 years ago, and the procedure was very different then. The coaching he received was very different then. And even though his results have been varied, he would still recommend it just for the quality of life and the new lease on life he thinks it will afford me, which was pretty cool. My grandmother also had a stomach stapling procedure, so it'd actually be a third generation bariatric surgery patient in my family, which I'm not quite sure how I feel about. Um, Obviously, there's some genetics that go into play there, but will have all had kind of similar-ish procedures and all kind of with different results. So it'll be interesting to see. Um, I'm not super close to my grandmother, so don't plan to include her in my decision making or thought process on it. But have told close friends, and they've all been very Team Nicole, as we say. My boss has been really supportive. I kind of have two bosses I report to, and both of them were just phenomenal. I love what I do for a living. I'm a recruiter, and I get to recruit for this amazing company that has great benefits, and I really love what I do. I meet great candidates, and when it's for an awesome company, it just makes the job really easy. I enjoy going to work. I feel very competitive at work, which is a good outlet for me. And so, by nature of my competitive spirit, I don't want to be out of work for very long. And so, I'd really only like to take off maybe a day before surgery to make sure I have time to kind of get all of my affairs in order. But then the day of surgery, I'll be in the hospital for 2 days for sure, I found out today. And then maybe the rest of the week. I would actually like to go back to work pretty quickly, even if it's working from home or something like that, which is probably a little crazy. But that's kind of my normal. That's kind of where I dig in. I don't, I'm, I live alone. I don't have any kids. I don't have any pets or anything like that. So I don't necessarily have a support network here at the house. So a lot of my kind of sense of community, if you will, comes from being at the office. And I just am really blessed that I love what I do and don't want to be out from that sense of normal for too long. But that being said, both of my bosses were really excited for me to do me and for me to take as much time as I needed to focus on my health. So I'm feeling really blessed and excited that the next step is already on Monday morning, and that'll probably give me a pretty good idea of how quickly we're moving forward. So I just want to share that quick update while I'm in the middle of the process and kind of in the depths of it before I forget any step of this process. It has been really difficult for me to stay motivated like I usually am, because I kind of have this sense of like, maybe just relax for a minute. It's the holidays, we're right before Christmas and New Year's, and if you're really about to make this big lifestyle change, maybe just take a moment to enjoy kind of being normal and not trying to lose weight for 2 seconds as aggressively as I have been. So I've really relaxed. I'm still eating under 2,000 calories a day, so it's not like I'm necessarily gaining weight or anything like that. But yeah, just relax quite a bit about it, which I think is okay for where I am processing wise. Anyway, I apologize for the fantastic wardrobe this evening. I am definitely in pajamas and cuddled up on the couch and getting ready to go to bed, but did want to document this, and we'll touch base again after I meet with the doctor. Take care.